You have the eye of the Tigers? We do. We have the eye of the Tiger here, Dan. 22-6, Riverside on top.
Definitely a game that's been one-sided, and it's because of the emerging offense. Something I didn't think I was going to say all season long with the offensive struggles. A quarterback that has been accounted for 7 turnovers. I'm talking about Kelly Helinski, who no longer is the starting quarterback for the Riverside.
Why do you have a grin on your face, bro?
I'm just happy that this...
happy for another man's sorrows? Come on, Doc. Well, but I am for the betterment of the team. Maybe betterment for the individual. I mean, this looked like a career that's going down the toilet. But, I mean, the thing is, next week, Riverside will travel to Los Angeles to take on L.A. Harbor. Listen, this has been a team that has struggled. They're 0-5 this year and well on their way to an 0-6 record, trailing tonight. And this could be an opportunity for Kelly Helinski to kind of get some reps as the backup and really make an impact.
Hey, you bring up a great point, but it also could serve as a trap game, sort of like that Grossmont game.
Right.
A game in which...
So we'd love to have King get some more reps against L.A. Harbor.
Right. A game in which, I'm talking about Grossmont, we both thought was going to be a blowout. We called it, who knows, I think I said 49-0.
49-0.
49-0. Mm-hmm. How wrong was that? I mean, a game that they ended up losing by 3 points, and hey, it was just a disaster of a game in which 8 turnovers were caused by Riverside on them. And so, hey, it's still a team that's recovering and sort of looks like they've recovered.
Yeah, well, they've got to figure out a way to win games like this. They currently lead 22-6. Other scores from around the JuCo world: it's a final between Long Beach and Allen Hancock, a 10-point win. Meanwhile, El Camino, they're on the wrong side of a 3-point ball game. Cerritos is able to pull on top and figure out a way to finish that one. El Camino. Cerritos, they win 29-26, which means that currently in the standings, Long Beach moves to 6-0. Riverside's looking to improve to 4-1, and currently between an interesting ball game with Mount San Antonio, and Grossmont. We have yet to get a score out of that game, but, I mean, we're just about ready to begin the second half, and we'll get you updates from around the JuCo world. Our other analyst, Chris Sylvester, we'd like to go ahead and send him a text or something to try and figure something out.
Let me do that right now, see what Mount Sac is doing.
Mount Sac currently ranked 1 spot ahead of Riverside in the National Central Conference standings. As to begin the third quarter, it's a return by Fullerton out to the 21-yard line. And that's where Riverside will take over. Again, thank you all for joining us on Spreaker.com. We appreciate the listens here on the National Sports Radio station. Dan Godino alongside with your host, Nicholas Rice, as well. And we begin this whole extravaganza of a second half with a 22-6 lead in favor of your hometown Tigers.
Fullerton right now will start at the 21-yard line and will look for anything, any type of points. I'll even say even a safety at this point.
I mean, really, it's come in all 3 phases of the football game if you're Riverside, as Devontae Wilson was nearly sacking Joey Vernay for his 2nd and a half sack of the season, 2nd today. 14:50 to go here, 22-6, the Tigers on top.
Joey Vernay, you would think he's having a decent game when I yell out, hey, he's 11 of 17 now after that incomplete pass. But, hey, for 91 yards, you would think he's having a decent game, but not enough against this Riverside Tiger.
It's been all short,
defense.
dinky-dunk passes. You're absolutely right, Dan. 2nd and 10, a swing pass. No, Vernay able to keep it and fires late to Gerald Moss, who's able to swing his way towards the sideline and able to scurry for 15 yards, and that will be a first down. Only 8 first downs for Fullerton now, if you include that one in the entire football game. Riverside has 15.
A play right there that was totally broken up, but Vernay stays with it and decides to go to the flats, and hey, his wide receiver there gets a good gain of 15.
22-6, Fullerton does trail. Riverside bringing 8 men in the box as A.J. Hodgkins hopping at the line of scrimmage. Blitz on a delay. Vernay swings it to a wide-open target, but a little too far, a little too much mustard on that one as he was going to number 12. That's Mario Brown, the intended target. He's been shut out all first half and continues his woes into the third.
Boy, Vernay gave a gift to Trayshawn Broughton. Broughton was like 5 steps behind that intended receiver. Luckily, way overthrown. Broughton escapes what could have been an embarrassing moment for the RCC Tigers.
Joey Vernay begins the game 12 out of 19 for 116 yards passing the football as he's able to be somewhat of a decent counter to what has been a very sluggish start to the running game, Dan.
Yeah, you're right. And guess what? It's 3rd and 10. Currently, these Hornets are 0 for 7 on third down conversions. That's been a weak point tonight.
And I think that all starts with that running game, averaging 0.7 yards per carry, only 8 total yards of rushing in this first half, and that's led the Hornets into 2nd and 3rd and longs. This one 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap, Vernay looking, trying to convert his first third down, fires over the middle, and has a completion for a pickup of 17 yards. He finds his tight end, Tim Holt, for a pickup of a huge, crucial third down conversion. Move the chains.
Well, the mistake there by RCC was only sending 4 men. A game in which they've been sending a lot of pressure to Vernay. Vernay had plenty of time to find an open receiver, and with time, I guess any quarterback could find anybody.
Including Joey Vernay, who's been a much more efficient quarterback in the second quarter. He's been in enemy territory on 3 separate occasions, yet has only put up 6 points in the football game. Vernay looking, he'll able to tuck it under himself, chased by Jonah Moy, and he runs out of bounds after a 2-yard pickup. Joey Vernay has been an interesting running back, per se. His 3rd carry, that one gains 2.
Yeah, Vernay right there faking the bubble screen and actually runs towards where he faked it from. So that was well designed there, but unfortunately, only 2 yards. A decent pickup, I would say.
Joey Vernay, the freshman quarterback for Fullerton out of Boise, Idaho, at Phillips Academy. Interesting that a man who's been so successful in his respective high school has had his struggles here tonight against elite Tigers defense. That's another completion, but only for 7. As I continue, with Phillips Academy High School there, Dan, he passed for 2,700 yards, 30 TDs, and 0 picks. Yet Vernay has already been a far less efficient quarterback in this football game, now 3rd and 4.
Yeah, right here, another 3rd down. Let's see if they convert their second one of the game.
Yeah, Tigers
1 for 8.
Yeah, they're swarming the line of scrimmage here. 3 wide receivers and flags are down as we have a potential timeout called. No, a false start. I mean, it's just been. It seems like if the offensive line even moves a whisker, that's a little too much by these referees here tonight. It has been a ticky-tack sort of a game here in Wheelock Stadium.
Well, compared to what Riverside has on penalties, Fullerton currently has 4 penalties for 27 yards, compared to 9 penalties for 70 yards on the Riverside side. So not much of a burden, but in this situation, definitely.
Vernay shotgun snap, looking down the field and fires at least 30 yards over the head of his intended target. Is that intentional grounding there, Dan? That's a 3 and out.
No, right there. That was caused by the defender being tackled from behind pretty much as he throws. And so that was all caused by the defense. I wouldn't call that just an intentional grounding, although you're right. 30 yards plus down the field.
Vernay is at just about enough. That's about it for him today.
Call it a night. Riverside wins it in this one.
Seriously, I mean, you're ridiculous, Dan. 11:58 to go, 22-6 our score. Joey Vernay nearly has his punter's kick blocked as Tremel Davis, signals fair catch, and it is made inside the 10 at around the 8-yard line. So Riverside starts with their worst field position, 11:51 to go. 1st and 10 from inside their own 10-yard line, but still embody a 14-point lead.
Hey, I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't doubt myself if I'm Riverside right now. I've got the lead 22-6 early in this 3rd quarter. just give the ball to Denzel Foster. Let him give you some room right now, and then open up the playbook after you get past that delicate 10-yard marker right there.
First down make is at the 18. Denzel Foster is a whisker under 100 yards rushing today, 14 attempts for 98, including that receiving touchdown as well. Foster will begin the game out of the pistol. He's standing at his own end zone. And why in the world do we have a flag from the back judge standing at his own 40 to delay a game? That'll back it up to the 4. Now 10 penalties here, Dan, for 74 yards.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame Nicholas King on that delay. I would blame Tom Kraft for sending his offense a little late on that. You've got to be able to have a play in mind already when the change of the possessions occurs.
For a team that is so successful, I wonder why they struggle mightily in substitution situations as the play clock has run down to 2, and we'll go ahead and
try. It wasn't reset, yeah.
Wasn't reset, so we'll go ahead and refresh it to 25, and Fullerton College needs to hit the refresh button as well. They defensively have been far from efficient. Denzel Foster on the carry ends up losing one. That'll be down to the 3.
Yeah, difficult situation right now. Probably the most adversity this RCC team will deal with, and it's a adversity that I'd rather deal with than tossing interceptions or being forced to fumble.
Nicholas King knows awfully well that an incomplete pass and a punt on this drive is no big deal, given that an interception touchdown would certainly change the momentum in this football game. 2nd and 11, King looking right, he'll end up taking it himself late, was looking to pass the football, and he is down on the field. Ending up getting up late there, Dan, and you were holding your breath.
It's frustration. He realizes, man, he had an open lane, and he barely gets that. He gets tackled by a shoestring, as everyone likes to say.
Yeah, that would have been enough for the first down. He was one fingernail away from being able to elude and pick up the first down. Now 3rd and 12 from their own 5-yard line, and a false start will put it back again down to the 2-yard line.
Riverside currently 5 of 9 on 3rd down conversions, looking for that 6th 3rd down conversion. But it will be tough as it's 3rd and 15.
From their own 2-yard line, King out of his end zone, looking left, hit as he throws, fires a wobbler, and it's complete to Jermel Davis, and he's able to shimmy his way down to around the 8-yard line, making it a little bit easier for the first punt of the day here, Dan. Anthony Zamora trots onto the field.
That's exactly what I was going to say right there. That's all you could ask for, just giving your punter some room. Zamora is a great punter, a guy who has pinned down his opponents inside the 20 9 times already this season. So a decent kicker, reliable.
And averaging 42 yards a kick. A high sailing kick will be returnable, though. Markish from his own 48, and he's able to zigzag to the 45-yard line of enemy territory. That'll be Fullerton's best field position today, and a chance to cut into that 16-point Riverside lead, 22-6 in favor of the Tigers. From around the JuCo world, the biggest score of the night is Mount Sac, currently up 38-0 over Grossmont College. So Mount Sac certainly taking care of business, currently ranked number 2 in California, number 1 in SoCal. And Fullerton trying to pull off the big upset here, but they're running out of time. 10:03 to go. They trail 22-6. Markish in motion. He wanders from right to left. Handoff on the lay to Wilson, and he's able to find some sort of yardage out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 4. Wilson ended the half far under his typical production.
Yeah, way below typical production. At the half, Fullerton finished with only 17 yards rushing. I'll talk about a struggle.
Now Riverside over 115.